Hello world. Patricia, O'Connor, and Frida, Reba, Darcy here. I don't know if she just got in the shot or got in the frame or got in the show or not. I think we're still framed up. Here we go. Yes, we are. We're framed up. We're framed up enough. Patricia, O'Connor, and Frida, Reba, and Darcy is in the house tonight. I've got the camera on the tripod and I have it locked off, and I have an assortment of 18 little seedling pots in front of me. Last time on the last video when I talked about these, which would have been like 2 or 3 videos ago, before the video started, I counted and I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 3 rows of 6, that's 18. 2 hours later, I shot the video and I said I had 16 pots. That's what dyslexia did. I remembered the 6 had something to do with it. It's 18. But I do have 18 seeds here. They've germinated for 2 days. They are on a little porcelain spoon rest currently in a paper towel. That's okay. That's just okay. There is something about a paper towel that some longtime growers would say is not the best. And that is because if you leave them on there for a day too long and they put out that first little bit of a root, then that is already going to have little spikes that are going to be digging into the it'll be burrowing into the paper towel, and when you pick it up, you're just ripping all of that right up. So without further ado, I have tweezers, I have a butter knife in case I need it, I have a spoon in case I need it, I have a poker here, a weenie skewer, because I'm just more confident when I know that I have the weenie skewers by my side. And I'm just gonna get started. We might as well go long. Yeah, we might as well go long. Give it a... Okay, these are little starter seedling pots. This is what we've done most of our trees in that we've started have been in these little guys. And they're full of Pearlite. No big deal. I bought an enormous theoretically lifetime supply of Pearlite. And I got where I was going with it and I dropped it, but I found it laying on top of the substrate. Okay. I bought a huge bag of Pearlite when they came in from the store. I thought they were a mistake, they were so big. And so I bought one, and in no time at all they were all gone. So I guess I wasn't the only one thinking that way. But they were, as far as bags are concerned, I have a bag of Pearlite that's that big, and I may, with all of the pines that we've done so far and all that I've poured out on the ground, I may have used like that much of it out of the bag. Yeah. Okay. So, when I get done with these, I will pluck them up and take them to the kitchen where I have already set up the light. And the light is a 4-foot LED fluorescent, and it has 4 banks of diodes, 4 runs of diodes, and they operate off of 2 switches on the back of it, on the back of the lamp. So as a rule, I only run half of them. I think, as I recall, typically what I do is I run the one button controls the inside row and one button controls the outside row, and I just turn on the outside row, and that's enough to sprout these. And as I was bragging about last time, we got 100% germination ratio out of this last time, and that was the same batch of seeds. Now, these seeds have been in here in that little bag, in that little bottle, for a couple of months, but this is the same batch of seeds that we had that much success with. So I don't think we should be knocking on anything danger-wise when it comes to them being viable. They age-wise, they should be right in there. We had some ungodly temperatures, but nothing that I think would be detriment to a seed in a Ziploc baggie in a bottle. So I expect a pretty good. I expect about the same out of this. I think last time I might have had, there was a time or a time before that when I might have had 2, and with me, I could have also lost them. You know, I could have been sitting there waiting on something to come up out of the substrate, and when I had dropped them on the ground before I made it in the pot or something. You know, if you're watching what I'm doing here, it looks like I would be proficient enough at this. I think all of the seeds have made it in the pot so far, but I swear to God, the first 2 of these I did, I had 2 different plants that had 2 seeds in them. So if I can do that, I can probably also drop one before I make it to the pot with it. I almost did that on the second one here. That's 12 right there. That's 12 of our batch. So we're just kind of blapping right along with these. Several weeks ago, I left Facebook, and I had 2 Facebook pages. I had one for me, and I had one for the bonsai balcony. So while I was at Facebook, I also would from time to time participate in Facebook auction, bonsai auction. There was 2, and I would also participate in bonsai Facebook sales page. That was where I found these seeds, and when push comes to shove, that would be a shame. That would be a shame if I lost that. That would be a shame if I lost that contact. That would be a shame if I lost that contact. And he had mentioned, when I was talking to the man, he had mentioned that he sees our shows. If you happen to see this, reach out in the comments so that I can make sure I have your email so that I can order more Japanese black pine seeds. And as I recall, I think you had some ponderosa beans at one point. Anyway, the guy I got these seeds from shipped them to me in between. They were in a little bag, and they were in between 2 pieces of wood so that they wouldn't get crushed. And that was in between 2 pieces of cardboard so that they wouldn't get lost. I mean, it was top flight. And they came up for sale on the page, and me and a dozen other people said, yo, right here, I'll take some. And that afternoon, I had a request for like $17 or something, as I recall, on Venmo or PayPal, I don't remember now. And it wasn't but 3 or 4 days later I had those seeds. I mean, it was amazingly quick. So, and the last batch I did uh, did the same thing as I did right here. I filled up a tray, so it was probably 18 seeds again, and put them under the lights. And if some of you caught the last show, when it came time to harvest the beans from the water that they'd been soaking in, I had about 25% of them still floating. And usually I have been told and I have taught, and people, whether I was talking about the first thing I learned to grow or whether it came up later talking to other people when it came to acorns to grow oaks or other stuff, the word always came back that those that do not sink after a good soaking, 24, 48 hours, somewhere there, are typically not viable. And the last time before this time, the last time, 25% of the pine tree seeds, little Japanese black pine seeds, were still floating 48 hours later, even after I thumped them just to make sure they didn't have an air bubble stuck underneath them and they kind of go under it and then they just bob right back up. And I went, that's a shame. I planted them anyway, and we got 100% hit ratio out of that. So I feel pretty good about what we will about what I expect to see out of this run. Now, this is dry, and I just plucked them out of there from a wet paper towel in there. So what we will do now is I'm going to take these and put them in under the lights. And the next show we do will be tomorrow night. We'll do a short show where I show you these guys set up under the light. I mean, I could set this in there and show you that, and that could just be the end of this one. But, you know, the camera's on the tripod, and I have to take that in there. And frankly, what I'm going to do is just set them underneath there and water them in. Tomorrow night, we'll do our I'll come in here and turn the lights off, and before I bring the lights down, I'll show you what it is we have going in here, where they settled and where they will be, and then we'll start checking with them whenever we go outside on the balcony or something. We'll either start or end about, every other one, maybe not every show. I'll come and give us the count on how we're doing on our 18 Japanese black pine seeds. And I think in this little jar there's a little Ziploc baggie, and in that little Ziploc baggie I probably have at least another 150 seeds in there. So that is Frida and I going into the lumber business. We're going to be lumber barons. Like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. Our next stop will be tomorrow night when I get off work. I will show you these guys in the kitchen under the lights, so to speak, and we'll be off and running on those, and that'll be our next batch. We'll get them going for a couple of weeks and then throw them out on the balcony for what we call winter, which won't be enough to really hurt them. Our summer would probably hurt them if I grew them at the wrong time of the year that way, but I doubt if anything we do in winter will really phase them that much. But if not, I'll just keep them in the kitchen. So like I said, that'll be something we will shoot again tomorrow. And I appreciate you, and Frida appreciates you, and thank you so much for watching.